3D printed manhole covers. That's right, everyone. I 3D printed out 2 manhole covers and I printed them in 4 different pieces. So my first step was to actually solder all these pieces together. A soldering iron does a good job melting the plastic to itself. Then I did some sanding and then put some of this magic paste on the seams. After covering all the seams and letting it dry, now I'm going to actually do some sanding over that paste. This will help smooth it out. Next up, we're going to hit it with some filler primer. Now I followed the same steps with our second manhole cover that says NYC Sewer on top. And we're going to spray that with some filler primer as well. Now that we've sanded and filler primed and sanded again, we're going to hit this with some flat black paint. When it's all dry, we're going to spray silver all over it to make it look like more metal or steel. Now for the turtle one, we're going to actually make it look like the logo, but we're going to really weather it like it's all worn away. Now I was messing around with our New York City one and I accidentally snapped it in half, and these things need to be durable for what I'm going to use them for. So I ended up epoxying resin over all the seams so they have a little bit more durability as well, which made me have to repaint them as well. Now that they're repainted, it's time to weather these things up. The process for this is putting a little bit wetter black paint than usual and then just simply wiping it away. I call it greasing. If the paint isn't wet enough, sometimes I also use wipes. That helps a lot. So just like that, they are all weathered and a lot more dirty. The next step is to do that same process with some lighter browns to make it look more rusted in different areas. So yeah, we're not going to put it everywhere, but on different little edges. This will hopefully help age it as well. Then my last step is to actually carefully add some bright green paint all over those spots that epoxy resin was to hide some of the flaws, but also it's a little bit more raised. So it's going to look like some mutant ooze that's kind of dried all over the top of these grates. Now at this point, I think I am done. I may do some sort of clear coat or do some other weathering, but I think these things are looking absolutely amazing, and I really love how they all came out. Now I'll reveal later what these are going to actually be used for, so check in later and see what our sewer grates are actually for.